You've been told that strength is loud. That power is aggressive. That attraction is about dominance. But look at the ocean. Waves crash violently against a cliff during a storm. Thunder roars. Wind screams. And yet, the cliff doesn't move. Now ask yourself this. What is truly powerful here? The wave, or the rock? Because your answer reveals everything about your life, your relationships, your confidence, your presence. And most people get it completely wrong. Storms look powerful. They're dramatic. They're loud. They demand attention. Just like some people. The ones who talk over everyone. The ones who chase. The ones who text 3 times in a row when there's no reply. The ones who try too hard to impress. It looks like confidence. But here's what's really happening. It's emotional reactivity. Waves don't choose to crash. They're forced by wind and pressure. Reactive people are the same. They're pushed by insecurity. By fear of being ignored. By the need to be validated. Pay attention to this. Attraction isn't created by intensity. It's created by stability. Think about someone you've admired deeply. Were they chaotic? Or were they calm? There's something magnetic about a person who doesn't flinch. Someone who can sit in silence without scrambling to fill it. Someone who doesn't panic when a message isn't answered. Someone who doesn't over-explain themselves. But most people don't realize this. The more reactive you are, the less powerful you appear. And this is where it gets dangerous. Because society rewards wave-like behavior, loud, fast, constant. But the cliff? It's quiet. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff during a storm. The waves slam into the rock over and over again. But the rock doesn't argue. Doesn't chase. Doesn't prove anything. It simply stands. Here's what's really happening. Your brain is wired to respect emotional control. In psychology, emotional stability is associated with high status. Not because someone says they're important, but because their nervous system isn't easily shaken. And this is where it gets dangerous. When you react instantly to criticism, rejection, or uncertainty, you signal that your environment controls you. But when you pause, when you breathe, when you respond instead of react, you signal something else entirely. Authority. Think about arguments in relationships. One partner explodes, raises their voice, throws accusations like crashing waves. The other partner stays steady, speaks slowly, doesn't escalate. Who feels more powerful? Exactly. But here's the part nobody tells you. Calmness isn't about suppressing emotion. It's about not letting emotion own you. The cliff doesn't stop the storm. It simply refuses to become it. And that difference changes everything in dating, friendships, business, even self-image. Because when you stop reacting to every little wave, something unexpected happens. People start leaning in. Trying harder. Respecting more. But there's one more layer to this. A layer most people never see. And it's the reason storms actually make cliffs stronger. Waves crashing against a cliff look destructive. But over time, something surprising happens. The constant pressure carves shape, refines edges, reveals strength. Most people don't realize this. Rejection is a wave. Criticism is a wave. Silence is a wave. They hit you. Again and again, and most people crumble because they think the goal is to avoid the storm. It's not. Every time you don't beg for validation. Every time you don't chase someone who pulls away. You build internal weight. And weight is attractive. Think about someone who's been through pain but doesn't advertise it. Someone who's been rejected but doesn't become bitter. Someone who's lost but doesn't become desperate. There's depth there. Mystery. Grounded strength. And this is where it gets powerful. When you stop trying to be the wave, dramatic, loud, urgent, you start becoming the cliff. You don't need to convince anyone of your value. You don't need to force attraction. You don't need to perform. Because stability is rare. And rare things are valuable. But here's the final shift. The part that changes how you walk into every room, next time life throws a storm at you, a cold message, a breakup, disrespect, uncertainty, pause. Feel the wave. But don't become it. Pay attention to this. Your power is not in how loudly you respond. It's in how grounded you remain. When someone tests you with silence, hold yours.